easy.
Absolutely, Shada, that could also be done.
Yeah. Hi. First of all, I see most of the cameras are off. I would like to see people on screen so that I can connect, engage, and sort of, deliver whatever I'm trying to deliver in a much efficient way today. Okay. So I've been a student of Chitkara, and I really feel nostalgic to be here. I'll be honest, I'm not a lecturer. I am a PR professional. But when Gitanjali ma'am reached out to me saying that, there's an opportunity and if you would like to grab it, I was like, why not? These are the kind of things that, are really, really important in one's career, right? So I'll be honest, it's not like I come prepared or I know what really to do when you're delivering a lecture. So what I've done is that I've just kept a little bit of introduction of PR and how the industry works, and then we should keep it conversational. So I would like you guys to ask questions, interact, and ask as many questions as you would like. Okay. Uh, Apart from that, a little bit of introduction about myself. So when I started, my journalism course at Chittara, everybody thought that I'm going to appear on TV, right? Because you're doing journalism, you'll become a journalist, and you'll come on TV. So people kept asking me, even 5 years after I'd started my career, कि तू TV पे कब आएगी? So there are so many different spheres of the world of journalism. It's not really appearing on TV. It is radio. It is just writing, content writing, PR, advertising, and a lot of things, right? I'm sure I think you all must be much brighter than I was at my age. So I started my journey as a PR professional from a boutique agency here in Delhi. I worked there for over 2 years, learned my basics, and then moved on to a mid-level agency. Spent 7 years of my almost close to 7 years over there, and I think everything that I've learned and I've been able to sort of grasp in my career is something that I owe to that place. It's called PR Pandit. I worked on brands that not everybody gets to work on. I worked on brands like Adidas, Harley Davidson, Trek Bikes, ITC, and I did sort of PR for all of these brands. And after 7 years, I realized that maybe I should move to a brand, and that's where an opportunity at Tupperware India happened. And now I'm a brand com over here. So while, from the core of my heart, I'm still a PR professional, but still making a move from a PR to a brand marketer. So I know more of PR and less of marketing, but I'm getting there. So I think I'm going to keep it restricted towards PR, and I'll share some slides. Gitanjali, should we start? Can I start?
Yeah, Shada, I'll make you the host, and then probably you can.
Yeah, because I can't seem to share my screen. Guys, come on. All of you should switch on your screens. That way it's more fun. Thank you. I think I can share my screen now. So anybody here who would like to take a shot at what is PR? Anybody wants to unmute themselves and tell me what do they think? Yeah. What is PR?
Sure, yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Ankita this side, Ankita Sharma. And yeah, so ma'am, public relations, it is the relation a company, an organization, or even a person or a solopreneur maintains with the public. The public can be the interior of the company, the staff, or the exterior of a company. That means the people that are not in the staff, but yeah, the normal public, and it is just a form of communication to tell them what's been happening. For example, if an event has been held, ठीक है, तो आप बता रहे हो कि दुनिया को कि ये ऐसा हुआ है, or some new form has come up, or rules have come up, so telling the interior of the company.
Anybody else?
It's basically like communicating the ideas or the values of a brand to people. So, for example, I work with XYZ brand, and they did something, and I'm trying to communicate that thing to the people.
Sure. So I think most of what you guys shared. Okay, somebody else has also raised their hand. It's Ankita.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Actually, yeah, relations is very important, because a company has to maintain its presence and make others feel that this company is here, so to exist, and and सिर्फ ads ही नहीं होते, आपको public relations भी maintain करने पड़ते हैं उस चीज को establish करने के लिए. So yeah,
that's correct, Ankita, and thanks Prateek for participating. Both of you, what you guys said is sort of absolutely correct, but I think it's more like a what do I call academic sort of response that you guys are sharing, but it's absolutely correct. So okay, I can't move my screen, 1 second, I'll have to. Honestly, of course, the full form of PR is public relations, and we also call it performance recognition. So like you guys said, if who a PR person is. Basically, a PR person is an individual who communicates between a brand, any firm, any organization. It could be a government organization, it could be a brand, it could be a famous personality. They talk on behalf of them and communicate whatever is happening. Say, for example, if a brand is launching into a new product portfolio, if they are completing a certain milestone, if there is a leadership change, say, for example, if any of the leader in your company has changed, you would like to communicate that. So you act as a pillar, you go and communicate that to the public. And how do you do that? You do that via your third-party stakeholders. You reach out to the media, you let them know that what is it that your brand is doing. Say, for example, yesterday, and I no longer work with Adidas, but yesterday they sort of, announced their new brand ambassador. They roped in Deepika Padukone, right? And Deepika has always been a Nike fan, and she's been associated with Nike, but she moved to Adidas. How do I know it? Instead, despite the fact that I don't even work for the brand, because they're communicating with the media, and media is further communicating with us, right? You're seeing it on LinkedIn, you're seeing it on newspaper, TV, ads, etc. And honestly, personally, what I think PR is, it's a persuasive business. You're constantly trying to pursue someone. Either you're trying to pursue media to write a positive story for your client or for your brand. You're trying to persuade people to buy your product. Why is your product better than other brands, right? So you're constantly trying to pursue media, and hence I personally call it a persuasive business. We as PRs, we are image builders, we are image shapers. We give a positive image to the brand. That is what a PR professional does at almost, I think, 1/10 cost of what advertising does for you. So usually people confuse between PR and advertisement, right? But PR is not advertisement. Advertisement is absolutely different from what PR is. Advertisement is paid. PR isn't. In PR, you're mostly earning the media. You're going out, trying to secure a positive story. You're getting the third-party stakeholders to give credibility to your story, right? Say, for example, you opened a Chandigarh Times today and saw like a one full-page ad on, say, a brand Vivel, right? You'll clearly know it's a brand. It's an advertisement. Brand has paid obviously lakhs for it, right? Versus you'll read a story saying that, okay, ITC personal care individual said so and so, this is the cosmetic that you should use, etc., or maybe like a, you know, another form of story in newspaper, you like to sort of, you know, believe into that more, because you know, okay, so and so journalist has written this story. So, you know, it lends more credibility. PR always comes with a lot of credibility. But there are pros and cons to everything, right? In PR, you do not have a full control over message. It's not like what you're wanting to do is something that you'll be able to deliver. The whole idea is that you will probably go to a media person, a journalist, and tell them that this is what your brand is doing, this is what you want them to write, but they will perceive the story the way they want to perceive the story. You will not have any control over the messaging, despite the fact that your pitch may be absolutely right. So that's the fundamental difference between public relations and advertisement. So this is one glimpse that I want to sort of, you know, share with you and tell you how it happened. You can see my picture here running. So 3-4 years back, Adidas was doing this really cool campaign, 100 days of running, okay? And the campaign entailed that, okay, everybody, whoever participates in 100 days of running has to run every day for at least a minimum of 2 kilometers. I've never been a fitness enthusiast, but I love the brand. I had all my passion when I was working on the brand, and I went to this, you know, media personnel to sort of, you know, I asked him if he could do a story on 100 days of running and how the brand is bringing fitness into people's routine, etc., etc. I gave them the whole pitch, right? And he wasn't really convinced. He's like, everybody is doing it. Why? What is so different about your brand? What is it that you're doing, etc., etc.? I really wanted to make it happen, be pressure from the brand, be pressure from the manager, right? Karwana hai, campaign ho raha hai, we have to sort of, you know, get them a good story, etc., etc. And honestly, I myself was participating in that challenge, despite the fact that I wasn't a fitness enthusiast. So I happened to pick up a call on this person again, and you know, I passionately told him that, you know, how I participated in 100 days of running challenge, and how I'm doing it every day, and how much weight I've lost, and you know what are the challenges that I faced. Say for example, there during that tenure, during those 100 days, there were time when I was traveling to Goa, and I was on flight, and I had like literally no time to really go out for a walk or you know, go out for a jog, but I made it happen because I was participating in that challenge. And turns out he did a story, because you know, he saw that passion, and he saw that, you know, he had a real example of someone who was doing it. So what I'm really trying to drive here as a narrative is that, you know, there are times when we don't when we go to a journalist, pitch a story to them, but we don't realize that what is it that a journalist is looking for. A journalist is looking for a real life example, and I didn't realize that I could be a real life example, right? I was just simply trying to pitch a story for my client. That was all that I was doing. But when he got the real life example, so whenever you know, you're trying to convince a journalist to write a story, you should always be able to think from his perspective. What is it that he's looking at? He's not wanting to know what your brand is doing, right? He's wanting to know what is exclusive about it. Do you have real life examples? Is there someone who you can quote in the story? Is there someone who can set an example, etc., right? So that's how you really set an example, and you know, give exclusives. So I'm not saying that you have to do it yourself, but it could be anyone from the community, right? So we have to sort of, you know, make sure that when we are pitching a story to the journalist, we should know what is it that makes the difference, what is it that cuts for the story. Just a basic difference between advertisement and public relation. Like I said, it's paid. Public relations is mostly earned. Advertisement obviously builds exposure because a lot of people see it. One full page ad, बहुत सारे लोग देखेंगे, right? But एक छोटू सा story, I don't know how many people will really read it. But what PR brings into the table is it brings credibility, it brings trust. In advertisement, people are mostly skeptical because they don't know, acha, ye full page ad de diya. Abhi, I think sometime back I was looking at this group, not a mommy, but I'm part of a mommy group because of the brand that I handle. So that mother was sort of, you know, saying that Kinder Joy. Yeah, Kinder Joy had done like a full page ad. So she was like, we should not be believing in it. And, I've asked my kid to read the newspaper every day. And the first thing that my child sees in the newspaper is this full page Kinder Joy ad. And now he wants to eat it. It's so unhealthy, etc., right? Because we're all so health conscious these days. So people do not believe in advertisement. Just because it was a full page Kinder Joy ad, it didn't bring any credibility. But a lot of people are like literally bashing Kinder Joy on that mommy group. So that's what literally it happened last week. Guaranteed placement advertisement, you always have a guarantee of the placement because you've paid for it, right? Versus in PR, you don't, because you're trying to earn a space. You've not paid for it. So there are times when you coordinate a story and last minute the story might drop out. Has happened with me a lot of times in my career.
Hi Shraddha, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Hi. Can you please add students? There might be certain students in the waiting list.
I think I'm getting those prompts.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope they should join in now. Yeah,
They've started joining in. Yes.
शायदा कैसे हो?
Hello sir, I'm
Hello.
fine. आप कैसे हो?
बहुत
I'm
बढ़िया.
fine. I'm finding it very difficult to be able to strike a balance between calling Gitanjali a ma'am or a Gitanjali, because 10 साल में सबने दफ्तर में यही सिखाया कि नाम से बोलो, तो आदत ही नहीं रही है इतना.
हाँ, corporate culture is the same.
Yeah.
Yes.
आशुतोष सर, आप कैसे? I didn't realize that you were on the call.
अभी जस्ट आया मैं. तो आज हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी थोड़ी सी लेट 10:30 शुरू होनी थी. तो आज हमारे 2 एल्यूमिनाई उधर प्रिंट जर्नलिज्म में है, उस पे भी जगप्रीत है तुम्हारे साथ, एमए कर रहे थे ना उस टाइम पे.
हाँ जी.
जगप्रीत संधू, ही इज इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, सो आई वाज अटेंडिंग हिज लेक्चर एज वेल. सो मैंने बोला शायदा से मिला जाए, और ओवर टू यू. ओके, ग्रेट.
कुछ भी गलतियां होंगी तो आप मेरे को बाद में अलग से बताना. So ads are mostly visual. Ads are mostly visual because you paid for the space, so you can use the image of the product that you're trying to sell or the brand that you're trying to sell. But in PR, instead, that doesn't happen. It's mostly language. There are pictures, but even if there is a picture, there must be one picture at max, not more than that. If you get lucky, then maybe 2, but that's rare. And advertisement, obviously, you were trying to focus, like how I said, Kinder Joy wala ad, right? You're just putting it on your face ki kharid lo. In public relation, you're just trying to, say it indirectly that, this is important. You should do this. So that's the primary difference. I don't know, my slides are getting stuck again and again. 1 second. So this is the fundamental difference between PR and advertisement. So far, if you guys have any questions, please unmute yourself, ask anything that you would like to share. Please do that. Yeah, go ahead, Ankita.
Ma'am, so personally, I have worked in PR and branding as an intern for a couple of months. Ma'am, okay, certain things were like, certain things didn't click for me, especially when I had to write the press releases.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, writing is part of PR. If you...
Yeah. I actually want to complete my question. So what didn't really, I was working in a firm that was mainly on branding and, the creative side. And they were like, we want to write a press release and it should be on branding. So I wrote it and it was like rejected like 5 times. But after that, my boss was like, it's okay, we'll get it done somewhere else. So ma'am, अब आपकी मुझे एक बात सुनी, तो आपने कहा अच्छे, मुझे अब ये बात बहुत क्लिक हुई कि एक स्टोरी होनी चाहिए. तो मैम, आप सपोज एक बहुत जेनरिक सी चीज है ब्रांडिंग, तो मैम उस पे आप स्टोरी कैसे लिखोगे और एक अच्छा प्रेस रिलीज कैसे बनेगा?
So I think I'm sure you guys may have learned it during one of your academic sessions also, whenever you were trying to write anything. And I think this is a key that I myself have learned in my college days. Nobody teaches you all of this once you enter the corporate culture.
Corporate, yeah.
These, 5 W's and 1 H. Your story, your narrative should be able to cover that. Anything that you're trying to write from the beginning, like the first paragraph should be able to communicate that 5 W's and 1 H. What is it that you're trying to communicate? What is your key message, right? And honestly, for PR, there's way, apart from press release also, there are a lot of other things that you can do, because press release is actually more branded. Say, for example, I think last month only, and I do have that as an example literally at the end of my slides, but since the questions come up, I would like to address it right away. Last month we basically Tupperware completed a milestone of 100 stores, and I was supposed to do like a PR for that. And obviously, when you're celebrating something, you have to talk on behalf of your brand, right? That okay, so and so brand is completed so and so milestone. Where are they launching the store? Why are they launching the stores? Because Tupperware has primarily been a direct selling brand, right? And from being a direct selling brand to moving into a multi-channel approach, wherein they started their stores journey literally a year back. So you have to capture all of that. So instead of, while my MD and everybody just wanted to focus on 100 stores, कि हमने 100 स्टोर खोल लिए, अरे सब ब्रांड खोलते हैं ना 100 स्टोर, हमने अलग से तो कुछ नहीं किया. Every Bata has store in every nook and corner. You go to McDonald's, they're a neighborhood concept. कहीं भी जाओगे तो McDonald's का बर्गर तो मिल ही जाएगा. So you as a brand, you're not the only one who's doing 100 stores, right? So why should media capture you? Why should they write about you? So I had to change the narrative, because I'm not sure how many of you are a user of Tupperware or not, but it's the brand is primarily a direct selling brand who sells via direct sellers. Neighborhood aunties wala concept tha, old school. आपकी neighborhood auntie में neighborhood में कोई तो auntie sell करती थी Tupperware, and your mom will go grab whatever products from her. But 2-3 years back, we realized that that approach isn't working anymore. I'm sure Ankita, Prateek, or anyone in your class, nobody is going, and people don't even know who their neighbors are, yeah, right? People are buying online, people are buying, I myself, and I'm an impulsive buyer. You're at the mall and you see something and you're like, oh wow, that's nice, okay, let me buy that, right? So I had to create that whole, capture the journey. Instead of just saying कि अच्छा हमने 100 store खोल दिए, I had to create that whole narrative कि अच्छा direct selling brand था, multi channel हुआ, पिछले 2 साल के अंदर हमने 100 store खोले. So that was the news. So you have to capture that in the news. And Ankita, to your question where you said that your press release was rejected, trust me, you're still studying. Mine gets rejected even until today, because I'm not made it branded enough. I'm not incorporated the brand enough, and that happens. It's all part and partial of the professional career. But when you're pitching a story, when you're trying to pitch for an interview of your MDs, when your writing skills comes into the picture. Press release is still more corporate because you're trying to announce it on behalf of the brand. So you have to keep that language a less flowery, a more corporate, and depending on what exactly you're trying to sell, obviously the pitch will differ.
Yes, and ma'am, it's just a follow-up. What should we give it a press release? When there's actually no story, but the brand just wants to get themselves published somewhere. तो मैम उस टाइम पे क्या करें, या फिर ऐसा नहीं होता? Because I'm just
होता है. There are times when people, brands are just trying to publish themselves and there's no story whatsoever. But
Yeah.
that is what our role is, right? Say for example, the 100 days running challenge I just shared, right? Like I'm sure itne running groups hain, itni communities hain. You go to a park, there are different, the Nike run clubs, there are Adidas runners communities, there are these local club communities, right? But how do you really bring out that story? How do you make it different? वो हमें ही सोचना पड़ता है, वो हमारा ही काम है eventually. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does work. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, there are tough lucks, it's not like every day you're going to get lucky, right? There will be times when your story will not get published. I mean, it happens with all of us. It has happened with me a lot of times when we're trying to get something out there and people are not interested because there are so many brands trying to get out there, trying to get a word out. But yeah, I think as a PR professional, something that I've learned from my ex-boss, you're not a postman. ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब इधर से मैसेज आया, उसको लिखा और जाके भेज दिया या कुरियर कर दिया. We're not delivery men. We're trying to advocate. We're trying to influence. So we have to create that message. And if in case we're 110% confident कि नहीं हो सकता है, तो go educate your client. Tell them we're sorry, but we can't get it done. This is not something that can happen. It doesn't have a story. Or either ask them to give you something that's exclusive. Ask them to give you something that can bring that narrative into your story. But yeah, you'll get different set of people. There will be people who will just not agree. So yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really nice.
I'm giving longer answers to your straightforward questions, but हर straightforward question का straightforward answer नहीं होएगा, unfortunately.
Yes,
So
no,
I
it's
just
totally
build a
fine.
narrative and explain my point here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So I think in the coming few slides, what I've done is that I've just tried to sort of cover different aspects of marketing itself, but to drive the narrative that how one part of marketing is different from the other part of marketing. So
Shraddha, just before shifting, we have another question by Varun Saini.
sure.
And he's asking, so ma'am, what happens if the story doesn't get published? Like the last minute, you said the last minute thing, which is done. So this is what he wants to know.
Sure, I think I'll just read his, what happens if the story doesn't like the last minute thing. Oh, okay. So you're saying what happens if the story doesn't get published? If it doesn't get published, I mean, you usually what I have done is, say for example, there is a journalist, he wants to do a story on your brand, and you coordinated everything. You gave an access to your MD. You asked him to sort of, you made sure that he gets a 30 minutes window with your MD. He did an interview and he never filed it. The story never appeared. There are times when even a journalist, he also has bosses to respond to, right? एक जर्नलिस्ट के ऊपर एडिटर है. अब एडिटर ने क्या बोल के उसके स्टोरी को रिजेक्ट कर दिया, मे बी न्यूज़पेपर का पेज श्रिंक हो गया, मे बी दैट स्टोरी इज नो मोर रेलिवेंट, मे बी आपने बजट के ऊपर स्टोरी कराई थी और बजट इज एन ओल्ड स्टोरी टुडे. शाहरुख खान के बेटे को जेल में ले गए, तो ऑब्वियसली एवरीबडी वांट्स टू कवर दैट. Nobody wants to cover your brand and what they're doing, and तुम्हारी स्टोरी जो है वो कैंसिल हो गई. So the best thing to do in this is, like right in the beginning we said, PR is all about building relationships, right? So make sure that you stay in touch with that journalist. Make sure that you on and off, stay in touch with them, become friends with them. Tell them that, boss, last time you've not done the story. Do you think you're doing anything in future? And I'm sure journalists will oblige somewhere in the future. The next time they're doing the story, they'll remember you. They'll know, okay, so and so brands person or so and so PR professional for so and so brand had helped me do this story. So let me call them. The next time they're doing a festive sale story, they'll connect with you and they'll ask you that, what is the festive sale that your brand is bringing out or whatever. And there you will be able to get your place. So obviously you may not get the story that has been cancelled, but it builds your relationship for the future. But yeah, it all depends on how you're also sort of nurturing those relationships, because it's important. It's a business of relations. So you have to be in touch with your journalist. You have to be in touch with your media.
मैम, और ये नेटवर्किंग हम लोग कैसे कर सकते हैं? बिकॉज इट्स बीन अ वेरी बिग क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द वेरी स्टार्ट, कि हम नेटवर्किंग कैसे करें. आपने उनके लिंक्डइन से कॉन्टैक्ट्स ले लिए, उनके ईमेल कर दिया, पर of course that's not the way you form a connection. That's just a form of communication. तो ये कनेक्शन कैसे हम बनाएं और मेंटेन कैसे करें, सबसे बड़ी बात.
Honestly, I myself am a big introvert, not very great at networking. You can ask Gitanjali ma'am here. I don't think I've ever came back to the college after I passed out. I've been such a workaholic, and all I did was work. And it's only after spending 7-8 years in the industry I realized that there's so much more beyond work, and I think I've lost all that time now. So anyway, I think it comes. There are few things which comes instinctively. There are a few things which you have to inculcate in yourself. When I joined the journalism course, I came from a very small town. Okay, I had no reading habit, something that's a must for everybody. And I inculcated that habit in myself. I forced that habit on myself, if I can say that. I used to look at my other other college
Classmate.
mates, other classmates, and I used to think कि यार ये तो इतनी किताबें पढ़ के आए हैं, पहले इतने intelligent हैं and whatever. And I used to force that habit into myself. So if you're getting into this kind of network or this kind of profession, there will be times when you're good at it, right? You go out drinking, you go out for a cup of coffee, you go out, make dinner plans. I never do that. I've never done that, but it comes naturally, right? You can't force everything on yourself, but there are times when you have to do it. There are times when you have
But Alma Mater would never, let you out of touch, Shaida.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that's exactly what I'm saying, because I have those groups. It's always buzzing. There are emails, a lot of other things, and there are times when I'm like literally in FOMO कि यार मैं तो कभी नहीं जा पाई. But I think that's how it is ना, मतलब.
Yes.
So it's hard. You have to either force it in yourself, inculcate the certain habits that are important for your career. Like even today, after so many years, I don't like reading. I hate reading. And people usually say that, I don't know, that stupid 21 days habit rule कि 21 दिन के लिए कुछ किया तो तुम्हें मतलब तुम करते रहोगे जिंदगी भर. मेरे साथ तो नहीं होता है honestly. हाँ, I am still forcing myself into reading. Like these days I'm reading this book, The Atomic Habits, or I can't even recall the name of the book. Imagine. So I think there are times when you have to inculcate these habits if you don't have it. You have to make sure that you take them out for a cup of coffee, you become friends with them, or you hang out with them. And when you're in the same industry, you eventually cross paths. So that's how professionally also, you're connected somewhere or the other. Maybe you want them to do a story. Maybe you're a PR professional and you're handling two brands, and one of the brand wants you to get the story, versus there will be one brand for which the journalist wants an access from you. तो जब भी अगर जर्नलिस्ट को तुम दो ब्रांड हैंडल करते हो, राइट, जर्नलिस्ट को तुम्हारे से एक ब्रांड का एक्सेस चाहिए, तो वो दूसरे ब्रांड का स्टोरी तुम्हारे लिए फेवर में कर देगा. So that's how the networking works. And then you eventually, say for example, I used to work for Harley Davidson, and I had a lot of people who wanted motorcycle for a bike review, etc. Right, and I used to give it to them. And a year after, I got this new mandate for Trek bicycles. Now it's a cycle brand. It's a lifestyle. It's not really an auto, right? But I managed to get reviews for a cycle brand in a lot of auto magazines. How? Because I used to handle Harley Davidson, and I used to send them motorcycles. So the relationship works like that. Otherwise, people would have probably not even responded saying ki this is not auto, right? But you had that channel because you're working with them for a certain other brands. So that's how I think it works. You don't really have to worry about the fact that how do you really network. Good. It's fantastic if you're an introvert and you like hanging out, going out parties, etc. But it works out even if you don't. So don't worry about that.
But thank you so much, ma'am.
But you just mentioned, Shaida, that 6-7 years you have been workaholic. You just work. I think that landed you to be getting an award for the under 30 recipient award for the good. Yeah.
That's true. But I think honestly, I carry a baggage of not being able to strike a good balance between friends, family, and work. I think I still managed to do family and work, but I think I couldn't manage to do friends. So I don't think that's a very good thing. We shouldn't do that.
So one thing gets compromised, when you are too professional into your work, your social life somewhere down the line takes a backseat. But I think that's their support that's taking you forward. Right?
Maybe you're right. I'm very happy that you're trying to support me here, but I've seen people balancing everything, so yes. I don't know.
We can't let that out. No? Mentors always support.
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, let's proceed. There are more slides to be shared.
I have few more slides, and I'll keep it very quick and fast so that we can chit chat more. So just a basic difference between different spheres of marketing. Let's say a circus has come to your town and you want people to know about it. So anybody else apart from Ankita and Prateek, how do you think that we can, if a circus is coming to Chandigarh, how are you guys going to make sure that people know about it? What are the different things that you'll do? Come on, quickly. Apart from Ankita and Prateek, anyone? Nobody wants to take a strike at it. किसी को नहीं बोलना है, ऐसे मजा ही नहीं आएगा. चलो ठीक है, मैं ही बता देती हूँ फिर.
So, ma'am, we could
Okay.
like, I'm
Go ahead.
sorry, but yeah, we could like put on flyers ki there's a circus coming on, or we could approach some local media channels or something. Maybe we could announce it in city newspapers could be a good way.
Right.
And I would just, so sorry, just one liner. I would personally like to do a bit of, digital marketing on Facebook, targeting the localites, because that's the best way. Now nobody's going out. So agar hum ek performance pe तैयार करें छोटी सी या flyers, hardly लोग देखते हैं, पर लोग social media scroll करेंगे ही करेंगे. And Facebook
Right.
is so good. It's so precise and it's cheap too. So yeah.
Right. I think, Ankita, that's very correct. And that's not something that I've captured in my slide, because what I've done is that I've very cleverly only kept traditional media. And at the end, I'm saying that I'm going to come back and do another session for digital media and influencers. So I wasn't covering that, but you covered it. But yeah, that's something that's extremely important. But the message that I'm trying to drive here is different sort of spheres of marketing. So I'll just stick to that. So advertisement is different, right? You would just display a sign announcing that circus is in town. It could be a metro station. It could be a big whole retailer. It could be a billboard, hoarding, anything, right? So that's advertisement. What is promotion? Say, for example, you've displayed the sign of that circus on an elephant, and that elephant is like parading through the town. So people will say and take notice कि यार ये क्या जा रहा है? Oh, अच्छा circus आ रहा है town में, right? So more relevant with the message. Then publicity. Say, for example, the elephant is carrying the sign trampled through an ornamental garden of a mayor, and newspaper reports it. So that's like publicity. So people gets to know कि अच्छा ऐसा हो गया. But what PR does differently is PR will send an invitation to the mayor. They'll tell the mayor that, hi, this is happening, and it'll be great if you come join us at the event, etc. Right? Then you'll follow it up with a call. And if mayor graces you for the event and he laughs at something that happens at the circus, etc., then people will capture that. Media will automatically capture it, and the mayor will also laugh. He'll also not feel offended कि अच्छा तुमने बिना मेरी permission के मेरे garden में अपने हाथी को घुमा दिया, right? So that's PR. PR is more subtle, more organized, and again, maintaining a relationship. You're maintaining a relationship with the mayor here. So I think that is how PR is different from anything else. And say, for example, if you do a little bit of research, if you look at the community calendars of your city, and if you see is there any other thing happening on that particular date, who are the kind of people who are going to, if say for example koi event ho raha hai, so what is the kind of people who will attend? Because people who will attend, say for example, science workshop versus people who will attend a circus are absolutely different. So your audience is different. So you're not competing with anyone. But say, for example, if it is a comedy show happening somewhere, so then the audience that you're trying to attract is sort of different. So you may have to change the date of the event, etc. So that's called market research. And if you invent a chocolate elephant ear for people to eat while they're waiting for their elephant rides at the circus, that's called product development, right? You're integrating everything around your circus. You're making it more exciting for your attendance. It's more related to the marketing and less for PR, but I'm just trying to capture everything here. If you create an offer that combines a circus ticket, that combines the elephant ears that you've made, the chocolate things, and that also combines an elephant ride and a memory book or a photo with elephant, right? Like usually how we go to a zoo, etc., and we see all of that. So then that's called a package deal. You're selling everything in a package, right? If you say, for example, if you get one restaurant called an Elephant to sell your package, now that is called distribution. So that's an absolutely whole different thing. Then people who've attended your circus, if you give them a survey, ask them, how was it? How do you rate it? Is there any remarks that you want to give? How can we improve, etc.? So that's then called customer research. You're trying to understand the psyche of your customer or the participants. If you follow up by sending each survey participant as a thank you note along with, say, for example, 2-for-1 coupon for next year, right? You're already sort of, doing a customer service. You're already trying to keep them as your customer and make sure that, you hold them tight and they remember you because you've given them out something. And if whatever survey you've done in the past, if you use that survey and enhance it for future, say for example, if there are any learnings and you kind of start making those changes to make those improvements happen, then that is called a marketing process. You started your marketing process all over again because you're taking away the learnings, you're adding them into your next year's circus, etc. And if you're not doing any of this, then the chances are that people who you'd put in charge were actually clowns and they've not done any of it. So that's the fundamental difference of different things that comes under marketing. And now I'll just, so that we can have all questions at the end, I'll just do a little bit of fundamental, more academics in terms of what is a PR in a work mode. I think it's an opportunity. It's a low cost opportunity because advertisement costs you almost 10 times of what a PR costs you. Say for example, you hire a PR agency for a brand. That PR agency may cost you somewhere around 2 lakh, 3 lakhs, etc. And depending on the kind of commitment that you're asking them to make, right? And you may get them to do 5 stories for you in a month. Versus if you have to buy an ad, it will cost you anywhere around 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, right? Depending on what's the kind of space that you're taking in the newspaper or TV or radio. Are you taking a prime time slot? That's hell expensive. So it's an opportunity for a low cost information dissemination sort of thing. It also gives you credibility, word of mouth, something that I shared with you earlier. It's an opportunity to tell your story in a greater depth. You can actually sort of, instead of just giving an advertisement of your product, you can go out and, share the full story, the full narrative. It's an opportunity to add experience. It's an opportunity to, in the moment of crisis, there are so many brands that sort of go in crisis. We all, I'm sure, remember the Maggie incident, right? But they even leverage that. And today, tell me anybody who stopped eating, Maggie after that crisis, right? Because they even leverage that. So that is what a PR does for you. They make sure that they hold your image, they're image builders, they're image shapers, and they make sure that your image is not sort of drawn. Okay. Clearly, a PR professional doesn't get the right laptop. So ye bar hang ho raha hai. 1 second, guys.
Yeah, Shaida, are we done with or
just a few more?
Sure. Take your time.
So the key functions of PR is image building, corporate communication. Image building we've already spoken about. Corporate communication is primarily whatever you as a brand you're trying to narrate. You hired a brand ambassador, you have a leadership change, you've just appointed a new MD, you want people to know about it. Marketing communication, media relations, obviously, international communication. Say for example, you're expanding your business into international media. There are ways and means that you can connect to the international media as well. You can hire a stringer, you can hire an agency over there, you can work with them, because obviously people over here may not have the right contacts overseas. So mostly you route it through an international agencies. Then employee and internal communication. So this is something that employee and internal communication is something that I learned when I entered the brand. While I was working with the agency, I wasn't really doing that. But when you're handling a PR of a brand and you're working on behalf of the brand directly, then you also have to, send internal communication. Like say, for example, your MD wants to send out a message on Diwali, right? So you have to sort of do that. Usually PR people do that. You take the message from the MD, what is it that they want to convey, and you pass it on, you craft that message and you pass it on to your internal stakeholders. Internal stakeholders are as important as any external stakeholder. Then crisis communication, CSR, if during the pandemic, so many people did so much of CSR activities, right? So making sure that gets communicated. If there is an industry story happening, you get your brand to sort of, participate in it. Thought leadership. I mean, anything, say, for example, if your brand is into sports, then maybe, getting a thought leadership article out on sports arena. If they're into fitness, then maybe getting into fitness. If they're into kitchen, then maybe, getting some tips out on how to organize your kitchen, etc. Any events, conferences that are important for their industry, making sure that, the brand gets visibility there, either through their kiosk or maybe a speaker opportunity, maybe your MD or any other leadership member gets a place at the podium. So all those things are extremely important and are the functions of PR. It's just not the press release. I don't know, it gets stuck again. Routine PR is basically, if you're launching a new product, any communication changes, there are any leadership changes or anything that's changed in your brand, there is some strategic alliances, your brand has been bought by somebody else, or you are buying into somebody else, your shares have jumped. So all of those communication changes are supposed to be communicated by a PR. Create human interest story. How is your brand helping on ground? So that is a human interest story. Reach specific targets, explain the truth, etc. So these are routine PR elements that one needs to do. Third party effect, obviously this is something that we've discussed already. You gain more credibility when you're in news versus you're just going out and printing your ad. So obviously the message is more effective, people take more hold of it, they believe you, and they trust you. So that's important for you to build. Interdependency, मीडिया और पीआर की इंटरडिपेंडेंसी होती है. लाइक हाउ अंकिता आस्क्ड कि हाउ डू यू रियली नेटवर्क, द वे a brand custodian, a PR professional needs a journalist. Trust me, in future you will realize that even a journalist needs a PR. There are times when journalists will reach out to you late in the night and tell you that, hey babe, I have a timeline and can you get your client to help me with this quote? And if you help them at that point, trust me, they will sort of, the bridge of the relationship is made over there. So many news stories are originated from the pitches that you send and not just the press releases, because press releases are purely brand communication, extremely brand centric. So you have to constantly think, innovate, that how is it that you can make sure that your brand gets that right visibility. Something that I personally believe and I've seen so far is कि PR में आपके पास कोई control नहीं होता. You genuinely cannot control the message that your pitch is right, your press release is right, your follow-up call was right, everything was right, but still the story went wrong. Has happened with me so many times, I can't even tell you. Happens with me until now, because you don't have a control over the message, and most of times brands will not realize it. This one time I organized a shoe review for a brand, Adidas, and what they did is they compared. I gave them the shoe for a review. I asked them to review the shoe, and what they did is, and it is a story of a journalist from Mint. Okay, what they did is he compared the Adidas shoe with Nike and sort of wrote negatively on our shoe, and the shoe was pretty expensive. I think 14-15,000 rupees ka juta tha. And I was literally thrashed by my client that, how can this happen? Little did my client know that PR doesn't have a control over the message. I can only get an opportunity for you, right? I cannot go and make sure that he writes a positive review. He didn't like the shoe. He wrote a negative review. He compared your shoe with Nike. Not my problem. I mean, I can't do anything about it. That is when my ex-boss told me that, you have to educate your client, and it's fine if the review is negative. It's fine if the client has sent you a stinker email, and but the relationship with the journalist is important, right? So I, because the client had sent me a stinker, in return, what I'd done is I'd sent a stinker to the journalist saying कि तुमने ऐसे कैसे लिख दिया, because even I didn't know, right? I was learning, and that is when my ex-boss told me that that is why a brand doesn't go and directly communicates with the journalist, because they don't know these fundamental differences. That is why they've hired you. That is your job. That's not their job. So I actually had to sort of go. I specifically asked for a meeting with that journalist. I went. I told him my side of story, and we went for a cup of coffee, and that's how we made sure that the relationship that had gone sour again, sort of a very humble relationship. In fact, something similar happened with me last week. Now see this story and tell me, what is it that you guys think it is? Because it's not conveying any message to you. Anything that you guys can make out of this story? Anything? What do you think I was trying to drive here?
Yeah, students, whatever you think, it's not mandatory. It has to be correct. It's just your perception.
Yeah.
Of what do you think?
It's
out of it?
It's Tupperware's 100th store, opening outlet opening thing happening, and many socialites are attending it.
Yeah, that's right. But can you may be able to say that, because you're reading through the.
Yeah, I read it.
Do you think as a layman, do you think anybody can capture what is happening here? Do you think if my mother reads it, she'll figure out कि ये क्या हो रहा है?
No.
Right? And we as a brand, we are going material agnostic in our approach, because people don't like plastic. हमारे पास स्टील भी है, हमारे पास ग्लास भी है, हमारे पास मेलामाइन भी है, लेकिन journalist has made sure that she writes plastic on the headline, right? And this is like literally 10 days before, okay, and I was blasted by my manager, and I told him I can't do anything, boss. I mean, all I can do is I can go and convey the right story, but how? I am not paid for this space. It's not advertisement, right? It's a PR. How she's conceived this story is, I mean, I fundamentally cannot make out anything out of this. Similarly, this is another journalist who's done a fabulous story saying Tupperware opens 100 store in Chennai, communicates right there what is it that I'm wanting to say. They've even used a picture of the store. So basically that's what happens when you're a PR professional, right? You don't have a control over message. मेरा message उसको भी यही था और इसको भी यही था, but इसने capture किया है, उसने पता नहीं क्या, not so plastic, especially when we are going material agnostic and we don't want to say plastic in our communication anywhere, because people don't understand the fundamental difference between single-use plastic and multi-use plastic. So just trying to drive the narrative that is, you don't have a control over message, and it's fine. So why should we talk to the media? We should talk to the media because we want to raise awareness for our brand. We want to foster understanding between media and other stakeholders, people who are reading the newspaper, plus the brand that you're trying to communicate your message about. Change behavior, influence opinion leaders, influence them that why your brand, why your product is better than the other products that are being sold in the market. Motivate your audience to sort of take an action, create an image, create brand credibility, reinforce further brand's sort of reputation. So these are all different things that you can drive with media, and hence communication of the media is extremely important. Usually what does a journalist needs? They need exclusivity. If you're sharing the same story, say for example, my story is about the fact that Tupperware is celebrating 100 milestone, but how do I make a difference for Hindustan Times and Times of India? So I have to give a different pitch to Hindustan Times, and I have to give a different pitch to Times of India, so that the story is same, but HT के जर्नलिस्ट के पास भी कुछ एक्सक्लूसिव है और TY के जर्नलिस्ट के पास भी कुछ एक्सक्लूसिव है, और उसको कैसे स्पिन करना है, उसको क्या डिफरेंट देना है, उसको क्या डिफरेंट देना है, वो मुझे सोचना है एज अ PR प्रोफेशनल, वो आपको सोचना है फॉर द ब्रांड दैट यू आर ट्राइंग टू work with or gets to work with in future. Ready access to the right people. So how I said ki relationship with the journalists are important. So say for example, if बजट अनाउंस हुआ है, आपका क्लाइंट FMCG में है, and the journalist wants a quote from an industry person about FMCG sector or why so and so thing has happened, you have to make sure that you give them an access to your leadership. You get them the code that they're wanting to write, because if you give them the right access at the right time, they'll make sure that, you know, they're constantly in touch with you and making sure that you're part of all the stories that are happening. Yeah, and just because you went for a cup of coffee with that journalist doesn't mean your story is going to get right. It could still go wrong. So don't confuse the two, because PR is earned media versus advertisement is paid media. So in PR, you will still have no control over the message. So that is something that we should always remember. And now PR is evolving. It is traditional media kafi shrink ho gaya hai. It's become mostly paid. People don't write stories. So social media, digital media, like how Ankita said, ki agar circus ho raha hai, so I'll probably create a Facebook event. I'll send invites to people. I'll do a social media post. So that is what's happening, okay? And PR has now evolved just from traditional media to actually online, and then influencers, people who we call social media stars. We are following people on Instagram and we seeing, oh, अच्छा इसने ये dress खरीदा, oh, अच्छा मैं भी यहाँ से खरीद लेती हूँ. We click, we see, we buy. So the whole PR interface is changing. There are social media stars who are influential. Like I myself, lot of times look at social media people and see like, acha, oh, where did she buy it from? Then I'll go and see, acha, this brand, okay, then I'll go follow their page, etc. So that is how the whole PR sphere has evolved. And I think this whole digital space, this social media star and how the influencers work needs a absolutely different session. So I think I'm already dropping the hint here ki I may want to come back again and do like a session which is only on social media stars and how the influencer community works. That's my favorite part. Okay, that is what I've done. I even on Adidas runners, when we started this Adidas runners community, I started it with the zero, like literally zero, and now that community is 1,000+ people. So how did we make it happen? How did we do it? So that
next
is
time for sure it's going to be offline.
Yeah.
Call you to the university next time.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love nothing more. But I think that's the most interesting way of PR today, because how do you influence influencers to make sure that they talk about your brand? What is it that you do? How do you identify the right? Because आजकल हर किसी को blogger बनना है. I mean, it's a mean thing to say, but जिसके पास कुछ काम नहीं है वो जाके blogger बन जाता है आजकल. You know, that's how the industry, it is that fragile. Everybody, अरे मुझे travel blogger बनना है, मुझे food blogger बनना है. So it's not that easy. Identifying the right influencer is very important. So I think let's do that sometime soon. But yeah, for now, I think that's all I had. And yeah, any feedback, any questions, anything that you guys would like to share?
I think Shaida has shared some wonderful examples. I think, and the way she's actually tried to, inculcate and test your knowledge as per as, because that is what, her 6 to 7, 8 of experience has taught her. And getting to learn directly from her, I think is such a, because you're studying right now, that's an add-on thing. So let's have questions for her. Although even second year is studying, the public relations. So I keep talking to them about the media role and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Any questions? Yeah, don't feel like, honestly, I'm also new to this. What I'm doing with you guys, I don't know how I do it. Like until last evening, I wasn't sure what am I going to say. And 7 p.m. I message Gitanjali ma'am. I was like, "Ye ho raha hai kya kal?" Then she's like, "Yeah." Then I start fitting. I was like, "Oh damn!" Then I spent 2 hours doing all this for you. तो पूछ लो यार, कुछ तो पूछ लो. नहीं तो मेरी 2 घंटे की मेहनत खराब है एकदम.
Yes, and correctly, like the corporate comm that she has been working on, Tupperware is on a screen. I could see that. Even the backgrounds have a little bit, and then the slides.
Oh, that was unintentional. Huh? That was completely unintentional.
Even the slides had that the Tupperware branding.
Yeah.
So you're living your brand, actually, Shaida.
Yeah, I had to. Like, in fact, when I joined from an agency to the brand side, I have worked on brands which are more lifestyle, which are more hip. So I took some time to wrap my head around the fact कि मैं एक kitchen appliances की brand में जा रही हूँ. तो यार ये कैसे होएगा? क्या करूँगी? But I think you just, I think you have to it's a fact. Like I said, I've never been passionate about anything, okay? Not reading anything, but I inculcated everything in myself, and I made sure that I keep pace with whatever is happening around. Even with Tupperware, it's not like it's my childhood dream or whatever, but today I'm passionate about the brand, okay? And I make sure whoever I talk to, I talk about the brand. I tell them how we're different, what we're different. So I think it's important. If you have it in you, it's fine. If you don't have it in you, you have to inculcate certain habits. Anything that makes it better for your career, for your life, it's important.
And I think the best part is you should be ready to inculcate things.
Yes.
That is very important, because at times certain people becomes adamant and rigid about not gaining anything new, and they remain on to what I knew is sufficient. I think that is the biggest, drawback somebody could, develop into themselves. So we have questions from Akshara, Ankita. Akshara, let's start off with you.
Okay, hello ma'am. I am Akshara. So basically my question from you is that how do you manage to build a good image of a brand while the image is getting, kind of होता है ना कभी कि इमेज खराब हो रही होती है किसी ब्रांड की और आपको उसको संभालना होता है अपने पीआर के साथ, जैसे आपने बोला कि हमें हमेशा अच्छा दिखाना होता है पीआर में.
Right.
So how do you manage that? And if you could share that example, तो काफी अच्छा होगा.
Sure. I think I'm going to give you an example of Tupperware for this, okay? 2 years back when I joined the brand and I was interviewed by the MD of the brand, then MD, he's now moved on. So he sort of, I had a strong experience with Adidas wherein we were absolutely anti-plastic. And I had driven so many narratives as a CSR against plastic, okay? And here I was getting an opportunity in a plastic brand, a very good opportunity for my career. And I sat to the MD and I told him, I was very, very honest. And I told him that I'm not sure how am I going to do it? Because for me, it was a fundamental shift, because even as an individual, I believed in the fact that, single-use plastic is harmful, etc., etc. And I told him, I was honest with him that, the reason that Tupperware as a brand, I'm sure all of us know it, but do we use it? We're not using it. I myself, when I was interviewed at Tupperware, I myself had stopped using Tupperware 3 months back. I moved to a Borosil because obviously plastic sentiment in our country was going really negative. Then I was actually educated by them. When I was hired, I was educated by them that why their plastic is better, and why all plastic is not bad. So you guys should sort of, you have to know what is positive about the brand. While the country was going all negative about the fact that plastic kharab hai, and usually as a layman, tum padhoge plastic kharab hai, you start using steel ka dabbas, you start using Borosil, glass ka dabbas, etc., right? But if as a PR professional, your job is to educate what is the positive things about you. And we tried doing that, and then we realized that our message is not getting across. People are still not understanding कि good plastic, bad plastic में difference है. So as a brand, we had to change our strategy. Instead of just promoting plastic brands, जैसे कोक ने क्या किया, लोग बोलते हैं कोक खराब है, कोक नहीं पीना चाहिए, लेकिन हम सब पीते हैं, राइट? तो उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने डाइट कोक चालू किया, राइट? So anyone who wants to adopt a healthy lifestyle can have a diet coke. So we introduced glass and steel in our brand as a diet coke. So anybody who comes to our brand, आपको लगता है प्लास्टिक हार्मफुल है, तो ठीक है ना, आप ग्लास ले लो, आप स्टील ले लो, आप मेलामाइन ले लो. Now we have different materials in our shops. We have different materials on our web store, everywhere that you want to buy the brand from. So आप एज अ पीआर प्रोफेशनल आप क्या करते हो, या तो आप अपनी ब्रांड की अच्छाई या पॉजिटिव चीज निकाल के उस सेंटिमेंट को बताने की कोशिश करते हो, और आपको लगता है कि नहीं यार, बिकॉज हमारी जो हिंदुस्तान की आवाम है वो काफी इट्स huge, we are a population of 135 CR, it's difficult to get that message across, especially if you don't have the kind of budgets that are needed. So then you have to change the fundamentals. Then you may have to rethink कि यार maybe you have to keep pace with the consumer, maybe you have to change. आप सबने ही सुना होगा कि consumer is a king, customer is a king. So if your message about goodness is not going out, then you have to change the strategy, then you have to sit at the table, you have to brainstorm, you have to see कि यार क्या हम different करें कि हमारा brand का perception change हो. For example, today also we are in a it's not like people still think we are good. We're a work in progress, but I'm 110% sure that 2-3 years down the line we will be able to get that message across. जब ज्यादा लोगों को ये पता चलेगा, जब बहुत सारे लोगों को पता चलेगा, तो लोगों को खुद धीरे पता चल जाता है. लेकिन this doesn't happen overnight. Anything, PR, marketing, all of this doesn't happen overnight. It takes years. It's already been 2 years that we are trying to change the perception of the brand, and I think we have reached somewhere, but have we reached where we wanted to? I don't think so. So
Okay. Shweta, we have another question by Justy. Ankita, we're just trying to give chances to the other students as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Justy, go ahead.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Justy, and I'm doing my MA. So, ma'am, I'm in MA final, and I wanted to just share and also ask some questions to you. So, ma'am, back in May, June, and July, I used to work in. I was an intern in Brandcom Bangalore, and I got an opportunity from Gitanjali ma'am itself. And ma'am, my profile there was in integrated communication.
okay.
So I wanted to enroll in public relation, but they told me to first go through this integrated communication, and then we will see how it goes. So
Sure.
thankfully, we had a client. It was Peps Mattress, and they were into this integrated communication. So they wanted both digital as well as PR.
Sure.
So at first, I was doing this daily trackers. In first 3 months was first 1 month was very disaster. Like I didn't know how to ask someone what's going on. Like I'm in between a campaign. There was a campaign going on. There was a launch going on, and I was in between. So they told me to prepare daily trackers. Every day morning by 10, I have to give this industry and competitor news to client, and I had to do that. Then I came into, but all the time my mindset was like from BA itself, I was in mind that if I'm in PR, I will be talking to journalists and I will be building relations. So in my mind it was like, when I'll be doing that. So thankfully I got opportunities, and then my manager, she told me to write authored article for Peps. So I used to write first authored articles. I have written, ma'am, around 20 to 40 this authored article for my client, and then someone else used to pitch to a journalist. So then in my third month, my final month of internship, then they asked me to write a pitch note to journalists. So I had this huge number of contact list of journalists of many other publications, but the problem I faced was no one is interested, or no one is interested in knowing 5 ways to 5 ways to build your career in work from home, or no one was interested in such kind of authored articles. And anyhow I have to publish it in lifestyle magazines or lifestyle newspapers. Somehow I cracked my way through a publication called Femina, and I got a lead from it, and I shared my complete journey to Gitanjali ma'am also meanwhile. And ma'am, then she also published my authored article in Femina. And but ma'am, my question to you is that, okay, I have built a relation with this journalist, and now I'm currently not working and working for Brandcom, but I have built a relation with them, with that journalist, and Brandcom still reaches to me and talk to me, and so that they can. I'm a bridge between Brandcom and this Femina. So how can I maintain that relationship? sure, you are right that having a cup of coffee is not going to help. I don't even know how to ask for coffee also. So, but ma'am, how to build that communication or that relation in this post-COVID time? No,
Sure.
that's my question.
Sure, I think most of what you said I could relate to it. And again, I don't have a straightforward answer for you, okay? Because there are a few things that you learn through your journey. I still remember when I started my career. तुम daily tracker बोल रहे हो, मैं अभी भी daily tracker बनाती हूँ because I don't have an agency. We had to let go of our agency because of COVID, because our budgets were shrunk. तो budget shrink हो गए, तो I had to let go of our agency. And 10 years down the line of my work experience, I'm working on daily trackers, okay? And because you worked on daily trackers, you'll know what it is, right? It is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
most, वो intern का काम होता है जो बैठ के मैं 10 साल के experience पे कर रही हूँ. But something I have always learned is that you should never say no to work. But yeah, you should know where to draw boundaries. Initial 3 months तुम daily tracker कर रहे हो, मैं सिर्फ scans ही करते रहती थी, scan ही करते रहती थी. 10 साल पहले तो scanning भी होती थी, आज तो होती नहीं है. Thank God for that, so you don't have to do scanning anymore. And you know, these relationships, I don't think until unless you're actually working actively in industry. जैसे मैं like it's only been 2 years I moved from a PR agency to brand, right? And these 2 years I've almost lost all my contacts because I moved from a PR to, you know, it was a transition. I moved from a PR agency to brand, right? तो जब मैं brand side पे आ गई तो बहुत सारी और चीजें हैं मेरे पास देखने के लिए कि मैं सिर्फ PR ही नहीं देख सकती. But when you're not in the industry, I don't think you can really, until unless you become friends in first go for some reason and you've been able to, you know, your vibe matched or whatever, right? And you become friends. That's another thing, because these journalists are also being reached out by a lot of people. Imagine how many agencies in Bangalore itself, right? And even if all of them have two interns, imagine the number of people reaching out to the same set of people, same set of media list, etc. Right? वो same media list सबके पास है, सब लगे हुए हैं phone करने. And that is why knowing what you're pitching, to who you're pitching, like even your, you know, while you've asked how to maintain a relationship, I think even your mentions right in the beginning of the conversation कि यार इतने सारे लोगों को phone कर रहा हूँ, कोई interested ही नहीं है. हम ना यूजली जब पीआर में हम एंटर करते हैं तो हमें एक मीडिया लिस्ट पकड़ा दी जाती है कि जाओ और अपनी स्टोरी लगवा लो. बट एक्चुअली समथिंग दैट यू लर्न फ्रॉम योर एक्सपीरियंसेस कि दैट्स नॉट हाउ इट वर्क्स. यू हैव टू नो कि कौन सा जर्नलिस्ट ऑथर्ड आर्टिकल लिखता है यार, कौन सी पब्लिकेशन है जो लिखती है. अगर तुम टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया को कॉल कर रहे हो कि मेरा ऑथर्ड आर्टिकल ले लो, क्या वो लिखते भी हैं ऑथर्ड आर्टिकल? आई डोंट थिंक सो दे राइट ऑथर्ड आर्टिकल्स इन
Ma'am,
टुडे.
I have reached out to Times of India, and there I got to know that these things are handled by their sales team. They itself
Yeah.
told me that.
That's precisely what I'm saying, that, you know, now most of the traditional media is getting paid, and usually the biggest misconception about the PR profession is that you have to talk to journalists. That is one part of PR. There is a whole lot of things that are happening. बहुत कुछ होता है. But you know, you learn these things eventually when you're working on ground with the brand. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, आप इवेंट करते हो, आप इवेंट में मीडिया को बुलाते हो, that happens. Then, you know, you connect with influencers, or you identify the right set of influencers, you make annual plans, you make quarter plans, you sometimes even help with their integrated communications. Usually PR agencies don't do that, but I don't know, the agency that you're working with seems like to be doing it. तो वो भी करते हो, बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. It's not only the media relations, and I don't think anybody should fret over कि यार कैसे करेंगे. When you'll have the right story, you'll eventually get to the right person and you'll eventually be able to crack it. So it's not like कि अगर तुमने अपने करियर में 100 लोगों से स्टोरी कराई है तो तुम 100 के 100 लोगों के साथ फ्रेंड्स बन जाओगे. It's not important, and you shouldn't put pressure on yourself. I've done that. When I started my career, मेरे को रात में सपने भी यही आते थे कि वो अच्छा मेरी कवरेज आ गई है. I used to handle this brand called Maujim. Maujim is a high-end sunglasses brand, और मैं रात में नींद में सपने में उठ के बोलती थी कि वो ये देखो रोलिंग स्टोन में मेरी कवरेज आ गई है. I used to take that much of pressure in my initial days, okay? But I think you just figure it out. it's not necessary that you've cracked one story with her saying, okay, 5 ways of, you know, working from home and she'll become friends with you, or you'll always be in touch with her. No, but you remember, okay, you've, say for example, Anandita is her name, you'll remember, okay, Femina में Anandita के साथ story कराई थी, तो next time आपकी किसी brand के लिए कोई relevant story है जो Femina में आ सकती है, then you know who to reach out to. Then in conversation you can tell her that, you know, you remember one some time back you had done a story for so and so client, and you know, it's been a while, I'd taken a break, or you know, I'm just resuming, it'll be great if you could do this or some. That's how you, then that's how slowly and steadily you bridge your conversation. But ऐसे तुम randomly पता लगे text कर दो उसको कि चलो तुमने मेरी story करी है, चलो cup of coffee पीने चले. So that's not how it works, honestly. I'm in my journey, I've even fought with a few journalists. Like I said, वो जूते उसने गलत review कर दिया. I sent him a stinker. I was like, how dare you? But I think these are learnings that you sort of take in your professional journey. So don't take it so hard on yourself. You'll figure it out.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Ankita, go ahead.
Yes. So, ma'am, you know, I'm pretty much fascinated. I'm not fascinated. I really think that there's a very good scope, growing scope, and the media and the social media industry is yet to be saturated in terms of management of the accounts and the influence, you know, each brand has. So, ma'am, सबसे बड़ी बात, ma'am, अब PR or social, ma'am, because, you know, personally speaking, when I was interning, there was a health brand that was about to be launched, and I was getting contacts of Komal Pandey, Alana Pandey, and all these big influencers. तो मैम, तो यहाँ पे मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा कि PR फिर सोशल मीडिया की फील्ड में भी आ रहा है. तो मैम, आप, you know, how is it coming out, and you know, how are brands actually using social media managers, you know, in the form of PR or something? So ma'am, एक बार इस पे, because I really don't have clarity on this, so if you can enlighten me on that.
Sure, I really wanted to keep it for my second session, but I'll give it out. So, for example, for Tupperware, we started our journey 2 years back and we launched our stores. 2019 से पहले Tupperware के stores नहीं थे, लोगों को नहीं पता था कि हमारी brand के stores हैं, और 2019 में हमने I think अगस्त सितंबर में अपना जर्नी शुरू किया था, और 2020 में 5-6 महीने के बाद कोविड हो गया. तो जब कोविड हो गया, तो जब लोग बाहर ही नहीं जा रहे, तो लोगों को कैसे पता चलेगा कि Tupperware के स्टोर हैं? जब आप मॉल ही नहीं जा रहे, तो आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कि स्टोर्स लॉन्च हो रहे हैं? एंड बजट्स भी स्लैश हो गए, एजेंसी भी बंद हो गई. I am sitting and I'm regretting my decision of moving from an agency to the brand, because मेरी एजेंसी भी चली गई, और अब इतना प्रेशर है, बजट्स भी चले गए, लोगों की जॉब भी जा रही है. What do I do? I was, you know, for 2 months, I was really worried that, you know, I could lose my job at any time. That is when I thought, you know, the way I had created a community for Adidas runners, maybe I should do something similar for Tupperware. And that is when I started identifying right set of influencers, and I'll go ask them to visit the store, do like a tour of the store. Ki, acha, did you know Tupperware has a store? And did you know that they have these kind of products also? Oh, this is a perfect gifting solution. So I'll give different narrative to different individuals. So people started coming to our stores, and now 2 years down the line, I have people texting me, emailing me, calling me, मैम हमारा भी स्टोर टूर करा दो, मैम हमारा भी स्टोर टूर करा दो, हमारा भी स्टोर टूर करा दो, because I've been able to build that image for the brand. Now people are aware that Tupperware has stores, and people, you know, social media stars, for example, you know, they do a store tour, go visit the page sometime, and you'll understand better what I'm trying to say when you see the visuals. Log jaate hain, wo pura video banate hain, so you know, they put it on their page, and because they're putting it on their page, say for example, अंकिता के अपने 1000 फॉलोअर हैं, और गीतांजलि मैम के भी अपने 1000 फॉलोअर हैं. तो अंकिता के 1000 फॉलोअर में अगर 10 लोगों ने भी देखा, तो 10 लोगों को तो पता चला ना कि स्टोर है. अगर गीतांजलि मैम के ने डाला है पूरा स्टोर टूर, तो 10 लोगों को तो पता चला ना कि स्टोर है. So that is what I started doing, and I made sure कि हर हफ्ते में एक स्टोर विजिट कराऊं. तो हर हफ्ते I started as an approach कि every weekend there will be a store visit, and you know, we'll do something, and you know, with And with every narrative, I kept changing the narrative. For example, abhi Diwali hai, so I keep telling them that, you know, you should showcase our brand as a gifting solution, that we're the perfect gifting solution. I mean, gone are the days when you're giving flowers, chocolates, etc., etc. Give a gift that people can keep, you know, matlab son papdi bantna band karo, ye do. This is what you should give, so that, you know, it's an everlasting gift. So that's how social media starts. They play a major role in your, you know, brand perception. But yeah, you have to, I mean, even today I don't have budgets, so what I do is that I have to go with a category B influencer, because category A influencer will ask for a money, right? They'll ask for a, because they're doing it for their उनके लिए bread butter है वो, तो वो पैसा मांगेंगे. I don't have money at the moment. For now, for me, what's important is to get the word out. So I, instead of doing it with one category influencer, I do it with 4 category B influencer, so that I'm able to get hold of the same set of people. And then again, it depends कि आपकी brand के लिए कौन ज़्यादा better है. So
एंड मैम ब्रांड पेज भी मतलब एक जैसे अगर आपके टपरवेयर का सोशल मीडिया,
let's give chance to others also.
सॉरी
Ankita, you
Okay.
and I will do a session separately.
Absolutely.
and I've sent you a request on LinkedIn, so ma'am, please we can talk over on that.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, Priti.
So my question is actually an extension of the question that Akshara asked. So you'd mentioned about plastic and Tupperware and that fiasco, right? So what if you work with a brand which is like ethically wrong? You don't agree to them ethically, and they did something that you don't feel comfortable writing about, but आपको the project मिला है कि okay, आपको ये communicate करना है लोगों के साथ. So yeah.
Has happened with me. I did it for I did a poker sports league. I understood nothing about it, but I think these are the decisions that depends on individual. Say for example, if you ethically do not sort of agree to something, you shouldn't do it. I really think you shouldn't. If your conscience doesn't allow for anything, you shouldn't. It's a very, you know, it's a matter of a yes or no. But yeah, I mean, I think sometimes what happens is that you don't have an understanding of the subject. Like when I worked on poker sports league, I had no understanding of the subject. I knew nothing. I'm not saying it's wrong. I still don't know if it is, or if it isn't, but I had no understanding of the subject, and I don't think that I did justice to their project, because I myself had almost no understanding of the subject. I couldn't deliver my best. I acted like a postman. अच्छा ये बोल दिया तो ये कर दिया, अच्छा ये बोल दिया तो वो कर दिया. But क्योंकि मेरे को अपना ही understanding ही नहीं है, तो मैं I won't be able to convince anyone. जब मुझे खुद कुछ नहीं किसी चीज के बारे में पता, तो मैं आगे जाके कन्विंस नहीं कर पाऊंगी ना दूसरे बंदे को. Like I said, public relations is, you know, it's persuasive business. You have to pursue people, you have to influence them. But if you yourself do not know about anything, you won't be able to influence anybody else, right? And a simple answer to your question, if you ethically disagree with something, I think don't do it. It's okay. You'll find another job, you'll find another project, you'll find something that you agree with, that you believe in. So don't do it. I did it because it's not like I was in a like it was unethical, but I had no understanding of the subject. And that's, I mean, I think these two are different things.
Any other student? If there is no other student, hurriedly, Ankita, I don't want you to keep the inquisitiveness within. So in case
Yeah.
you go ahead.
She's hidden herself.
And that's good with the last question you're going to have for the session.
ओके सो मैम टपरवेयर का मैंने पूछना था, आपके पास कोई सोशल मीडिया मैनेजर है? बिकॉज अब अगर टपरवेयर के अगर यू नो फॉलो बेस बेसिकली अब तो इंस्टाग्राम फेसबुक टाइप ही होते हैं, तो मैम इज देयर सम सोशल मीडिया मैनेजर हैंडलिंग इट, एंड इज द पीआर टीम वर्किंग इन अकॉर्डेंस विद दैट, या फिर कैसे चल रहा है सोशल मीडिया का यू नो टपरवेयर में?
Ideally, that's how it should be. So when I was in agency, PR Pandit, I was a PR professional, right? And we just started out with our digital wing, and I had no understanding of digital because thoroughly I've been a PR professional, and we used to go for, some of the clients had started asking for cohesive teams who work hand in hand between PR and digital. And back then I had no idea. And, even when in meetings we'll go, I'll only be attentive until the PR part is going on. For the other rest 30 minutes or an hour, I'll just be on my own because I had no understanding of digital. But when I moved to the brand side, I realized that it is extremely important for any brand to have a cohesive teams between PR and digital, so that they can work hand in hand, instead of PR team apna alag kaam kar rahi hai, digital team apna alag kaam kar rahi hai. That's not how you can build a successful brand. How do you think a Zomato or a Swiggy is working? I think they're putting all of their brains together. They have one teams, or even if it's different agencies, they're bringing them together on certain platform to make sure that they're all doing a cohesive work, right? And even at Tupperware, we had different teams. Like when I had joined, I was given a role of PR, and I was strictly told that you're supposed to do PR. And even in my interview, I said that, okay, fine, but a natural progression for anyone who moves from an agency to the brand is not just to do PR, but do a cohesive work, right? But I was strictly told that we already have a digital person, you'll only do PR. And I think, I don't know if I should say that it was my good luck or whatever, but the digital person left, then COVID happened, then the digital agency left, then the PR agency left. So right now I'm a team of one. So I'm doing everything, and I'm not kidding. I'm doing everything. I'm the social media manager, I'm the website maintainer, I'm the LinkedIn handler. I'm doing everything. And there are times when I sort of get irritated with the fact that how am I supposed to do it? I'm a team of one. What am I doing? And even the fact that maybe I'm not learning, maybe I'm not growing because I don't have people to brainstorm with. But I still think there are good days and there are bad days, and because today is like that, I'm sure tomorrow is going to be better. And yeah, things will turn around. But I think even alone, the amount of work that I've been able to manage and learn, I may not have been able to do that if I had a team. But having a team and working with a team brings out a different aspect. Like for example, last quarter I was given an award and I wasn't excited about it because अकेले तो मैं हूँ, किसके साथ compete कर रहे हो, right? Who are you really competing with, or who are you really winning from? But yeah, I think to your question, we should have a cohesive teams, even if different agencies, but bringing them together on one platform for a cohesive work approach is important. It's really important in today's day and age.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. It was really insightful because, somewhere I'm pursuing, social media can become a hardcore career too. But yeah, I think at least right now, it's not completely transformed in the digital age. So you should have a very traditional plus digital combination ready.
Right. And social media is evolving every day. Instagram algorithms every day change जाते हैं. कभी कुछ. So, and you have to learn it. You have to grasp it. Like even when I joined marketing, I had no sense of numbers. I wouldn't even know कि millions में कितने zeros हैं. And I'll fumble and I'll not know. But I think 2 years down the line now, I'm able to sort of. I still probably get confused sometimes, but you learn it. You figure it out. So,
thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
So finally, Shada, thank you so much for taking out your very busy schedule. I know you just mentioned your one-man army. It's not just about a profession. It's also about just yeah. So one-man army, not just handling office, but also your home, your house, your friends, your family members. So and whatever has been shared, Shada, I'm just Rajesh sir just came across and I was just talking to you. So ये Shaida hai?
No, I'm sure. I think we all changed the time though.
Yeah, so we went back to the time we started recalling a little things about you. It's been wonderful to see you grow, and your hard work has paid off. Actually, your hard work has, and the way you said it, it's your it's your inclination to learn things.
True.
So that takes you forward in your hard work. So for sure, for an offline session, right?
Yeah,
And that one is
absolutely.
social media stars.
Absolutely. I'm going to travel for it, especially. I'll also get a day off from office. And
Absolutely. And that would be wonderful to meet you personally. It's been so long.
yeah,
So
I'm
long.
not sure if I did a good job at it, but honestly, I'm also new at it. I just done one.
You did a wonderful job, Shraddha. I think the knowledge, the experience, the examples that you shared with the students, I'm sure they're sorted with a lot of confusions that they had,
Sure.
because they are at a stage where they are about to go for the internships and they're looking out
Right.
where they should go. What is there into the PR, what is there into the advertising, what is there into the Copcom, what is there in digital. So I think the way you have talked about, you have actually made things a little easier for them.
Yeah.
How advertising is different, how public relations is different. So
I
that
hope
way.
so.
So
Yeah.
thank you, darling. It was always wonderful to listen to you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
taking our time.
Thank
Right.
you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye
Signing off.
bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.